Okay, so to go along with this review, let's play to talk about the Division. And this game, there's a lot of grinding going on. There's a lot of just constant running around doing quests. And yet, as someone admittedly who plays a lot of MMOs, this game is highly entertaining. I can't exactly quantify why. I think it's going to really depend on, you know, what sort of games you like to play and what your particular, you know, preferences are. Let's wait for this to log in.
A lot of people try their luck in the dark zone. Not a lot of people come out.
And with that, we're going to try our luck in the dark zone. I went in there one time. I think people have probably seen the quests, and so I'm not even going to bother with that. I'm just going to go to the dark zone because I want you guys to see sort of what it's like. So if you look at this map, this is New York, some version of it, and you can see the dark zone here in the middle. There are a bunch of entrances to the dark zone, and within the dark zone, as far as I can tell, there are various levels of enemies, but most of them are going to be able to kick your ass. I have not grouped in this game yet. I'm level 13. What I'm using right now is sort of a mixture of tech and medical. If you look at... So these are just kind of your weapons. Blue is rare, green is uncommon, and then there's some, see if I don't think I keep any of it, but if it's just like a gray like this, that means that it's common. So you have guns, of course. I carry a few with me at a time, and as you can see, the common or the uncommon are not always much worse than the common or than the rare. So if you want to mod something, you just click on the gun, and then you can see you can add scope, you can add a skin, you can add magazines, all of this stuff. Each of these things will give you some form of advantage, clearly, and then it actually does show up on the gun. So I find, since I'm using a sniper rifle, mainly, I have an assault rifle and a submachine gun, and I find carrying those two things together can switch back and forth. I use a submachine gun generally.
Echo available for playback nearby.
Ooh, echoes. I can show you that, I guess. Let's see if there's... see where it is. It's like way up here. So what the echo basically is it kind of reminds you of like on the new Batman games where you're using detective mode. It's not super interesting. Oh wait, these guys are gonna fuck with me, so I'm just gonna shoot them. So as you can see, there's some guys who are just sort of wandering around who are not particularly challenging. That was just a pistol that I was using. See, these guys are kind of on your team. As you complete more of the side quests, you'll sort of push the bad guys out into the periphery. So, but if you just look around the city, there's a lot going on here. Like, you can see there are these open windows, which are kind of cool. I mean, this really does feel sort of lived in. Or if not lived in, occupied, because of course it's post-apocalypse, so it's not really lived in.
Whoa, what's going on?
Oh, here we go. Here's some bad guys. And this is, like, I gotta say, in typical Tom Clancy, neoconservative racist fashion, you can immediately tell who the bad guys are. The bad guys in this game are not government officials. The bad guys are poor people who have taken them on themselves to defend their own interests when the government has basically just left them alone. Like, these guys, they're wearing hoodies, so I don't know how else to read that other than to be like, oh, this is like the Trayvon Martin gang. And knowing people who generally read Tom Clancy, that pretty much lines up. So I really think that's sort of fucked up. I mean, the gangs are not even well defined. There's one gang that I do think is kind of cool. They're called the Cleaners, and they're just like these working class. Ooh, here we go. Here's some of them. They're just like these working class guys who walk around with flamethrowers, and they're trying to burn out the virus as the government sort of incompetently tries to deal with it. So, you know, socio-politically, this game is naive, like all Tom Clancy stuff is, and a little bit jingoistic. But like, here's why I really like these guys. If you shoot them in their, oh, that's okay. Here, I'm gonna have to do this. So if you shoot them in their little packs.
Got a job to do.
Oh my god, that guy's seriously getting on a garbage truck. Okay.
Got to light them all up.
So if you shoot them in their packs, then they're fucked. So that's a pretty cool mechanic, and it really is just that faction too. So this is a group that I've recently sort of defeated in the main story, so I don't really see them so much like in the regular missions. God dang it. But I mean, the different groups are largely distinct. I don't know who the hoodie group are, but they're faceless. They're, it's New York, so, you know, you're not just dealing with white people. So I mean, I seriously am just a little bit disturbed by that gang. By just kind of wholesale making them a gang to be killed. I think that's really kind of stupid. Okay, so... Uh-oh. Oh, look at these dicks. And, you know, much like a lot of Tom Clancy stuff, this game kind of like, it sort of makes a weird mockery of diversity. So, like, when you go to make your character, there are 6 character models for each gender. And there's like 2 black people, 2 Asian people, and 2 white people. So there are no Hispanic people, first of all. And, you know, I mean, it's good that there's that diversity, but really, I would have liked a more robust character creation that wasn't just like pick from these models. Particularly in any kind of game like this, you know, you really want your character to feel like you. It can't just be some random pre-generated sort of thing. But anyway, what I was saying about diversity is kind of just this game, it doesn't represent diverse viewpoints. The viewpoints are, as far as I can tell, represented exclusively by each gang. I've only encountered 3 gangs. The Hoodie Gang, I don't know who the fuck they are. I don't know like what their gang is actually called. The Cleaners, and then there's the Rikers Island people. And I guess the Rikers Island people are just escaped convicts, who also wear things over their face. Admittedly, you know, I mean, like, so far, let's see if I can get in here. Okay, so now we're going to the dark zone. We're going to see what we can do. So all the gangs have so far been lower working class people, and largely people of color.
Biohazard warning. Entering contaminated zone. Transmissions jammed. Proximity coverage only. Backup activated. System rebooted.
So...
Be careful in the dark zone, agents. If there are any rogue agents left, that's where they'll be.
that's pretty much all there's going to be.
Warning, now entering dog zone.
So I've been in here once before for a few minutes, but I didn't really do anything. So you'll see on the map, if someone has been killing other players, they will appear on this map and you'll be able to see them. Otherwise, you'll just kind of see... okay, so there's a Rikers Island guy. Otherwise, you'll just kind of see people standing around like this. This isn't a player, this is a character, an NPC.
Let me finish this.
robot drone gun.
Gonna wreck your little toy.
That's one of my skills that heals me. There's a player. I mean, okay, so here's a weird thing about the AI in this game. The AI is good, but it's not really, like, exciting. I mean, it'll play it safe, sometimes. And other times, they'll just charge in. And sometimes that sort of depends on the gang. I mean, there's a lot going on here. Okay. So what I'm going to do for you all is find someone and fuck with them. Find a real player. I'm going to try to find one who's lower level than me, because that's the nature of PvP. So you can see this game is pretty beautiful, actually. Ooh, there's player. I'm gonna hide behind this player. All right. So I'm gonna go after him. Going after him. Okay. Now, in order to fight someone, in order to become a rogue agent, you actually have to hit them. So if I just fire aimless, oh fuck, there's two of them. If I just fire aimlessly and I miss, I won't become a rogue agent. And also, if I shoot at one of these guys, I will become a rogue agent, and they can both kill me, but they won't be able to kill each other. So what it sort of does is it encourages people to gang up against those who would become rogue agents. And I mean, I guess this is just sort of to control PvP a little bit and not make it just such a complete and utter clusterfuck at all times. Let's see what we got. Okay. I'm gonna find some motherfuckers. What I need to do, as you can tell, I'm kind of lost. And there's probably someone watching me through a site somewhere. What I really would like to do is just find someone who's going to turn against the group. Is there anyone around here? Oh, public library. Let's go to the public library, of course. So... going to Koreatown. Oh shit. Trying to help this guy. There's two of them, yeah, so I'm not going to screw those guys. So this really is, you really do have to pick your battles. Continue going this way until I get to the extraction area. So there's two of these guys. Now, if I can find a place... Let's see. Alright, this guy's... I'm just trying to follow these two. Both level 14. They're like DZ level 14. They're not PvE level 14. Okay, this might be good enough.
Warning. You've disavowed a division and are marked as rogue.
I'm marked as rogue, which means I'm fucking eat it. Here in a second. Pretty sure I'm fucking boned. Because now everyone and his fucking mom is gonna come after me. Oh, that didn't even last very long. What the fuck? Alright, that's it. Get out of the way! No! Shoot him! Shoot him! Shoot him! No! Oh man. I died as a rogue. So it's hard. It's not easy. But as you can see, that's not especially satisfying. So I think I'm finding the PvE game to actually be more interesting than the PvP so far. You can see a little bit of the footage from that after this part. So hang tight for that.